2023 to order. We'll start out by invocation. Let's bow our heads. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing us to be here. Help us to be able to handle the business of the city. We ask that you give us grace, that you give us mercy, and that you allow us to operate in truth. It's in your Son, Jesus Christ's name that we pray. Amen. Council members, you had the opportunity to review your meeting minutes. Are there any questions about the meeting minutes as presented? There's no question about the previous meeting minutes. I entertain a motion to approve the meeting minutes from the previous council meeting. It's been moved. Is there a second? Oh, okay. And there's a second. I apologize.
Yeah.
All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The opinion of the chair, the ayes have it, and the motion carries. Item number 1, under unfinished business, we have our park concession stand. Again, that's still out for bids. So if there is a person who desires to have the park concession stand, which consists of taking care of the high school football, high school baseball team, the high school softball team, as well as the Dixie Youth baseball team and the whatever they under girls softball team. So those are the requirements. Again, it will be based on a bid, a sealed bid. I believe our end date for that is the next council meeting. So please, ma'am, please, sir, if you're interested, I know somebody interested, please let us know, and we'll be looking forward.
How many bids so far?
No.
By the 22nd. The 22nd at 4:30, so that way we got time to get them together. All right. Bid that we'll leave that on unfinished business. On item number 1, millage rate. We get this letter every year. It's from the Pickens County Revenue Commissioner, and they would like to know if we want to remain with the same millage rate. If we do, then we need to let them know as soon as possible so that they can set up how to get the process for increasing our millage rate. Our millage rate has not changed since 1970 something. I don't know anything that you can get for the same price that you can get it. I got it in 1970 something. So at some point, we are gonna have to do something, revisit our millage rate, or reconsider some of the services that we offer as a city. I also state this publicly on the record. The city of Aliceville has the least amount of taxes collected in the entire county. Carrollton gets 2 cents. Reform gets 2 cents. Gordo gets 2 cents. Pickensville gets 2 cents. Aliceville has a 1 cent tax. So, however, times have changed, stuff costs money, and we're gonna have to find ways to either cut or ways to look at other options. And so, just putting that out there on the table, but that is the reality of the situation that we're in. So again, we don't have to make a decision on this. We can discuss it long term, later, but again, it is imperative that we look at the situation that we're in and make those business decisions. Is there any question about the millage rate?
Yeah. When do we need to let the cabin know what we're gonna do about the millage rate?
We got until October, but I don't want to wait until October.
Right.
So that's why we starting now.
Right. Yeah.
That's why.
We discussed it at work session.
Yeah, that's
Well,
that's fine.
anyway, but anyway, yeah, I'm down for raising, but we'll talk about it.
Okay.
All right.
And for the John Q. Public, what is the millage rate? The millage rate is the amount that you pay on your property taxes. For people who are senior citizens, you're exempt. For people who are covered under disability, then you are exempt. So your property taxes would not go up. The only people, if that scenario planned out, that will go up are the people who are still of working age, are still working and under a certain tax bracket.
I don't want to talk about taxes. About the taxes, what the situation with the tax illegals. Y'all remember 3 or 4 years ago, it's worth saying, that, Board of Education came in crying about that 1 cent makes a difference, and about it by school. And we'll get less and less from the county, from the Board of Education than anybody. And more taxes coming out of Ellisville, Alabama, for the big county Board of Education, than anywhere. So if 1 cent makes a difference to the Board of Education, and we all paying it, whether we voted for it or not, we still paying it, then eventually, I'm gonna recommend that we, 1 cent tax in the future pay, because the road pay right there now. You can see the difference. That 1 cent here be added to our taxes. If the Board of Education can give one, and we not getting anything, Adams should better get 1 cent, and we get some out behind.
All right, like anybody else comment on the millage rate?
Yeah, one more
Yes, sir.
thing. The millage rate, we decide and then wait, they have an election in, right? That's all I want to make sure. That's all. The council decide, vote on it. Then we have an election, everybody vote. All right, thank you. That's it.
Thank you. Item number 2, parade permit request. There was a parade permit request from the multiple sclerosis walk individuals. They are proof. They would like to bring awareness to multiple sclerosis, and that is a admirable thing. So, Chief, do you have any problem with the parade?
The same route that the 5K.
And the 5K route comes down by the city of Allenville to the park and back up. So I don't have a date on that, but
It's on there.
okay. Oh, this is sorry. The date on it is March the 18th, 2023. March 18th, 2023. All right. Time 10 a.m. They're gonna start assembling rather at 9 a.m. Wait. Good. All right, council, I ask for a motion to approve the multiple sclerosis walk, March 18th, 2023 at 10 a.m.
Second.
Moved in second. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Well, hold on. Is there any discussion? If there's no discussion, I entertain a motion to approve. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Any opposed? In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it. The motion carries. Item number, we're on accounts payable. Any questions about the bill that's presented? All right, thank you, council. If you don't have any questions, I entertain a motion to pay the bills as presented to you.
So move.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Any opposed? In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it. The motion carries. Chief. All right. Well, I'd like to commend our chief and our police force for yesterday and the basketball season, because it's pretty much over with now. For us in Aliceville, thank you for cleaning out the gym and making sure order was installed on that realm. And for all the other things that you do that fall through the cracks that you're doing. Well, thank you again. Street department.
Nothing at this time, sir.
All right, fire department, we don't have a report on fire department, at this time. Chamber of Commerce, the Chamber of Commerce will go ahead.
Good evening, City Council, Mayor, City Manager. I would just like to announce that the City of Allenville, we will be having our first annual Black History Gala Leaders and Legends Award Ceremony. It's the Black Tie Formal Affair. It's February 18th at 6 p.m. We'll have live music. Dinner will be served. Tickets are $15 and they can be purchased at the City Hall. They're going fast. So come out, get your tickets so we can enjoy each other during this Black History Gala and enjoy our people in the city receive their awards for their accomplishment working in the city. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Al Jean. We appreciate you giving us that update. Also, for those who are available, I don't know, the Chamber of Commerce meeting will be on tomorrow at 12 o'clock. So we look forward to what that brings. Museum, Mr. Gill.
Wanted to mention to you all that tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. in the museum events room on Broad Street, we're going to have another one of our author series programs. This one I think is going to be particularly good. It's a writer by the name of Fry Galliard, who has co-authored a book called The Slave Who Went to Congress. It's about a gentleman named Benjamin Turner, who spent the first 40 years of his life as a slave, and then in 1870 was elected to the U.S. Congress as a representative from Alabama. Mr. Galliard is traveling all the way from Mobile to Aliceville tomorrow afternoon to present this program. It'll be from 6 to 7 in the museum events room. I hope as many of you as can come will. Also wanted to mention that the program we had scheduled for January about F. Scott and Zelda Fitzgerald had to be rescheduled because the author was involved in an automobile accident the morning of the program. And I know there was a lot of interest in that one as well. I don't know if you all knew this, but F. Scott and Zelda Fitzgerald lived in Montgomery in 1931 and 32. And you all may know, of course, he's the author of The Great Gatsby and several other great American novels. We have rescheduled that program for April. And I'll talk about that as we get closer to it. But I hope that you all will turn out tomorrow. Admission is free. There'll be some light refreshments. And you can come and hear Mr. Gallagher talk about his book. And I hope you'll avail yourself of that opportunity. Hope to see you there. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Ms. Gill. Appreciate the update. What date on April do we have for that?
I believe it's the 13th. It's the second Thursday. I don't know that date off the top of my head.
Thank you, sir.
We have another program then, since we're talking about that, March the 9th. A gentleman by the name of John Dersham, who's been here before. He is an amazing photographer. And he's put together a book of his black and white photography of various areas of Alabama. And he'll be coming to talk about that on March the 9th. These programs are all usually on the second Thursday of the month. They're free and they're always very interesting. And the authors always bring their books for sale. So it's a great way to have something to do in an evening in Aliceville.
Sounds good. Thank you again. Thank you for the update. We appreciate it. Mr. Kennedy, do you have anything to report? All right. Come down to our unscheduled public appearances. Does anybody in the public have something they would like to say today? You get about 2 to 5 country minutes.
Hi, my name is Rosetta Minor. A lot of you know me, a lot of you don't. I've been doing different little activities and things for the seniors, the youth in Aliceville. Like I say, some of you know, some of you don't. Most of these people's here, these are my support team that's with me today. Some of them never been to the meeting, so I invited them to the meeting today. And I have in my hand some pictures of the first cleanup that we had in Aliceville that was done. What day was? Last Saturday. And I would like for each of you to take a look at these pictures. And also I'm gonna give each councilman one of these letters saying when the next cleanup day, in case you wanna come or you wanna invite someone to come and be with us to do the cleanup, feel free.
And on behalf of the city of Aliceville, we'd like to thank you and your contingency for what you guys do across the city of Aliceville. It does not go unnoticed. And it's highly appreciated And also, I like to say on the record that if I got some pictures, I would have put it on my page. Because I know some people
Well,
were
you have
concerned
some now.
because I posted 2 or 3 gentlemen that were doing some cleaning up,
Right.
and they were just some random guys I drove by and saw. But that's not to say that the work that you guys do is unappreciated at all. And we thank you for what you do in the community. And we're looking forward to participating even further, myself as well as those able on the council to help support your efforts. So we truly appreciate it on behalf of the city and the council and all our staff members. So thank
You want
you. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. You have anything?
I think Mr. Mother has something to say.
Mr. Mullins, yes, sir. Come on.
How you doing? My name is Calvin Mullins, and I was part of the cleanup crew. And I'm just concerned. I'm here to express my concern about the fact that we did get out here voluntarily and try to help clean up our city. And it disturbed me how much trash was along the roadways and the public, people driving through could see. And I know that we have city workers. And if we can pick up 38 bags of trash in 4 hours, then tell me what our city workers are doing.
Right.
That's a concern. We're paying, as taxpayers, we're paying people to beautify our city and keep it clean. And for us to get out here in a couple hours and pick up that much trash, and we didn't even touch the amount of stuff that's here in Aliceville. I just want to know what our city workers are doing. The ones who we're paying to do it.
Thank you for your concern.
Mhm.
I appreciate you bringing it up. And again, if you go in any other city, any other place, I can locate trash there as well. And I will say this, as far as our crew, we have approximately 52 square miles of streets that are in the city of Aliceville. And if you go on any given day, you will find trash on those. I know some places are more heavy than others. And when those areas are brought to our attention by people from the community, they will bring it forth. And, many people who've been here have heard that, and we address those concerns. This is a lot. And also the bigger concern is we have to change the mindset of the people who are in our community to realize that outside is not a trash parlor and that we don't have people that are going to always pick up behind you 24/7. We have some hot spot areas when I first came into office that there were a lot of hot problem areas that had a lot of trash in those areas. Now we don't receive as many. I'm not to say never get a complaint because that would be impossible, but we don't receive as many in those hot spot areas. So those off streets, I think the area that you guys are cleaned up at, that's over by the Masonic Hall. And that's a street that is traveled, but it's not as highly traveled as other streets in the community. And sometimes those streets may fall through the cracks. So that's why we ask that John Q. Public bring those to our attention, and we'll expeditiously take care of those streets. So, our city workers are working. This winter, we did a curbside project, and we've been cleaning up curbs, and some curbs you probably didn't even know that was there if you drive around in neighborhoods and other areas. We've gotten that taken care of. We're working on our park now to get it back up to gain snuff from the winter. So it's a lot of, I know I'm going a little bit further than I had to, but I just wanted to thoroughly explain, that, we're not perfect. I'm not perfect. And if any one of y'all, I think every one of y'all got my cell phone number. If you don't, take your phone out. My number is 205-399-5514. You call me and I will answer. If you leave a message, I'll call you back and we'll try to figure it out because I like to do the best that we can. Now, if it's something that we can't get or can't agree on or can't do, then I'll let you know, hey, we just can't do it. And then you come and voice it. But I would ask that in the future that you give us an opportunity, either call the city hall if you guys don't feel comfortable talking to me, or call your council members. And most of them will call me and tell me, hey, Mayor, you need to go this taken care of or whatever. And, for the most part, that's kind of how it rolls. But one person I know, and I'm gonna be quiet. Miss Hood, I know she won't mind me saying it because I love Miss Hood. Miss Hood will come in here and she'll say, Mr. Mayor, she'll talk to Mr. Lewis, say, Mr. Lewis, I need you to do X, Y, Z because this is, looking this way or whatever the case is. And guess what? Within the week, 9 times out of 10 or 10 times out of 10, it's taken care of. So, just let us know. We human and we're gonna try to do better. But again, it's a big city, the biggest in the city, the biggest in the county. And we try to do our best, but again, we ain't perfect. So, but I thank y'all for coming. I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to see active citizens. Yes, ma'am, Ms. Washington.
Good evening to everyone.
Good evening.
Excuse my seat, but I'm a little tired.
Yes, ma'am.
The stray dogs, I had to call 911 the other day for some stray dogs, 3 of them. And they was at my restaurant around there, and they were barking at my customer. But when the police did finally make it, I had ran my way.
Yes, ma'am.
But there are stray dogs still out there. So I think you said before that they need to be on a leash.
They do. So the problem with that is, and I encourage, just like you guys came to this meeting, I encourage you to go to the county commission meeting. According to the state law, the county commission is required to maintain a dog kennel or dog catcher crew or however you want to call it. As a city, we can't afford to do that. We also tell people that if you are afraid for yourself and you're in the face of a dog, you can do whatever it is that you need to do to protect yourself.
That's all I need. I want to hear that right now.
And that's, like I said, I say that, and I say that within the confines of being in reality. Know you in the city limits, so if you whip out an AK-47 and start spraying, then guess what? There's gonna be some consequences. But on the other side of it, we had a dog mauling in December, and a young man, got seriously injured.
Yeah.
And so I don't take dogs and that type of stuff unseriously. So that's why I say you do whatever it is that you gotta do to protect yourself in between us and our staff being able to get to you. And that goes for anybody who's a citizen chief. If you want to say anything else, but I'll kind of leave that. I got you. I'll leave that out. Go ahead.
And then, what you stated about, the dog pound, I think the new commissioner, Ms. Jill Nolan, so if you got any concerns about, the dog or getting a dog pound or whatever, she's over this area, so you need to be talking to her. And also I wanted to ask, Mr. Mullen, the area that you all cleaned, what area basically was it?
Down by the Mason Hall.
Yeah, that was the biggest area.
That's the biggest area, and over the overpass. Jill in District 5, her fiance, Alan Turner, they got the majority of the bags just over the overpass. And then, thank God, a guy come back in a truck and was able to collect all bags for us with no charge. So the majority of the area was by the Mason Hall, down coming over the bridge by the railroad tracks, both of those sides down in the gallery. Some of it we was able to get, some of it is still there, and it's like packed. So we wasn't able to get in there, but we don't know who area is what. We not really concerned about who area this. We just went out as a community, doing it as a community, like a project for us.
Well, I asked that for the simple fact that not only because 9 times out of 10, the community is the one that's going to pay for our
That's
business.
true.
So we not only as a city, but as a community, the community have to take responsibility for what we do. If I throw tissue or paper out the door, then I know it's gonna build up. And yeah, the city worker has a responsibility to go out and clean. yeah, we paying them to clean, but yeah, this is our city, this is our hometown. You know, if I keep on throwing garbage outside of my door, then 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna have a buildup. So we, as a people, we have to take responsibility too, and not just put our responsibility on one party. This is our city, so we got to, you know, and it's a mentality thing. It's a mentality thing. If that's all you think about, if that's all you do is throw things out and expect somebody else to pick it up, then hey, that's what you're gonna do. So this is not just a one-sided thing, and I thank God for y'all coming in and doing it. You know, come on my street, you can pick up paper today. Tomorrow it's gonna be out there on the ground. You know, it's the mentality of people, you know, and until the mentality, the mindset change, you're gonna have paper on the ground from here to Madagascar. You know, so I mean it's a all around effort, you know, and not to say that they're not doing. I'm sure they probably don't pick up everything. I'm sure, you know, but it's a community, it's everybody thing that we work together, not just my district, this district, it's everybody. So when we all work together, then we'll get a lot more did instead of, you know.
And to put a bow on what you just said, if you see somebody, and this go to everybody. If you see somebody throwing out paper and trash, take a picture. You ain't gotta tell me. Oh, you gotta tell them. Take a picture. I know we do this whole don't blank, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Guess what? Take a picture and send it to 205-399-5514. And guess what? I'm gonna send it to my chief of police. And if we get enough information to select who did it, then we gonna send a ticket. How do I know? Because we done it before. So, you know, video evidence can be submitted, and then we can use that to support. So when they do get a ticket, they can get that. But again, you know, it's only 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 eyes up here now. You know, 10, 12 eyes for us on the council. You know what I'm saying? So as mayor and council. So plus, you know, we got staff in there, but guess what? All the eyes can't see everything. Y'all eyes see a whole lot more sometimes. So feel free to let us know. Door is always open. My door will always be open. And although I won't be sitting in office because there's more work to be done than sitting in office, you can call me, and at some point within 24 hours, I'm gonna get back with you. So, but thank y'all again, and don't let it be the last time.
Could we like tonight, since it's 18th, make sure we get a truck down, and then we get
I called for it already.
So we already
one
made
more white truck. Then
we already made arrangements for it. For a large truck to be there. If we have the staffing, then we'll try to do a white truck as well. But that would depend on what the staffing looks like, because that's a weekend. So we'll have to have somebody assigned to do that. So we're working on that. Myself and Ms. Rosetta have already kind of talked behind the scenes. She locked in the truck, the large truck. So that way that'll be on point. And then if we have some staff available, then we'll do some pickup. And if I don't have no funerals and I'm in town, then I drive my pickup truck and we'll drive it. So I mean, it ain't no. I mean, like I said, police, they might, if they ain't on no call. So we'll make something happen. Well done. But thank you, Council. Yes, sir.
the question was, the white truck, the big one with the dump, be called at the location here, and then we got 7 more pickup that not doing good with a trailer. If one of us, and I'm here, because let's go around and come back and dump in that truck stuff and that truck around all over the city.
That's what we was just saying.
Make it one location.
We're gonna have one single location for the large truck, so that way if we get 100 bags, then we can take them to the dump, because a regular trash truck won't hold it. And then we get a smaller truck if we have our staff on our street and sanitation department are available, because that is a Saturday and they're off. Then we'll do it that way. If not, we'll see if our law enforcement will be able to pick up some, or they can throw on the back and then we'll get them out to a central area to dump them off. But one way or another, like I, told Miss Rosetta, we're gonna make it happen.
Miss Queen.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening.
We suggested that for safety, side, everybody could wear a flexible jacket like crew have on.
Right.
So our car can see before it gets to you.
Yes, ma'am.
So, if you're gonna help, we're asking to wear a flexible jacket.
Yes, ma'am.
And I have bought some ordered already at the co-op. So they right behind me. Yes, you go in and read.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ms. Ball. Mr. Watt.
Oh, okay. Well, again, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad everybody showed up out here. That's a good thing. We all get together. Ain't gonna good. That's good. That's good. And y'all motivate me. I'm gonna make sure now. I'll be there on the 18th.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure. I wouldn't have to, I don't know how I step out, but thank you. So,
All right. 3 things we got. We're gonna put out the bid. Our roofing issue. We have some water that's coming inside of our building at the armory. Not the armory, here at the city hall. The quotes that we got were over $15,000, so we're gonna have to put it out to bid. So I just want the council to be aware of that. Anything over 15,000 has to be put out to bid. There was some concerns, some questions about the Aliceville High School baseball team. They are having a baseball team this year, for those that don't know, and we are in the process of getting those fields fixed. We contracted with a company that has been working since November to try to get the fields, the baseball fields fixed. However, the weather has not been working with us. It has to be really dry for them to bring in the work to do the dirt work. So that's the reason why that has not been moved forward. And then finally, last but not least, I want everybody who's here to get a ticket to the Black Gala, the All Black Gala, for Black History Month, recognizing those who have contributed significantly to the city of Aliceville. This is the first time that I know of that the city of Aliceville has had an event for Black History Month, and it's important that in our city we recognize those members of the community who have contributed significantly either in the past, who are presently, and some newcomers on the scene. So if you want more information about it, please, ma'am, please, sir, see me. Or you can call 205-399-5514, and I will give you the information on how you can get a ticket. So thank you guys, and with that, there being no other business. So, Councilman Watt, Commissioner, nice to have you here. Thank you for being with us. Mike Watley, the building was scheduled to be completed back in January. Weather has hindered. So hopefully that will be opened up the beginning of March. As soon as I get a date, I'll blast it out, and we'll try to make sure that that everyone's aware so they can be a part of it. Looking to have as many dignitaries and people that will be able to support, because again, it's very important because we don't have that many medics in our county. Our medics are slim. We're losing them to other people. Just yesterday, I was on a phone call with the governor's office trying to talk about what our situation with the hospital is. So again, it's work going on behind the scenes, but right now, let's support the medical facilities that we have, like Dr. Robbins and Dr. Parker. And when Mark Watley gets here, let's support it, because again, if we don't support it, then it's not gonna stay. So, and that's just the bottom line. Let's, y'all been so far. That being said, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Been moved and second. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Have a good night.
Hi, how you doing? No, I'm stripping. This because in the office. Okay. I will buy it. Okay. Okay.
Hey, can y'all, I'm the city clerk. What's your first name?
For some reason, so I'm gonna say it next time. Don't nobody else. But no, I'm glad you got it. And I apologize.
They went over around, but he got that way.
Wait, do my bad.
I got about 2 more.
Go ahead. Yeah. You play ball.
See you, man.
I got 506 boxes of Girl Scout wood at my house.
And I know you didn't know.
My daughter, so. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that.
I know. That's all right. This kid, the rest of them.
If you got some left over, I'll give you some.
Look, I always order extra.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Brown, I'm gonna leave you out there. You have to leave on your toes.
Okay, you check it out.
All right, every other one to go on that beach and see them trash. Now, they people over there 2 days. They took the trash this morning. Go down there tomorrow morning. Look at it. So, thank you. Thank you so much. nice to meet you. And next time,
I'm gonna give them time.
you got my number, so you can call me.
Wendy Bruce. Well,
Let me give you my card.
I work for Williamstown for Tri-State.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But you look familiar
Okay,
too.
you remember business.
You been who you are.
You've been up there for a while, ain't you?
Where in Tuscaloosa? Uh-huh. Well, no.
Mr. Brown left this. I seen you. When I seen you.
You'll see me by any chance. You'll see me. Okay, I don't see me. So maybe I saw you at church.
That's good. And that's a good question. And like I said, he just so good. See, no mom. So you got
This one talking about praise up there. That's somebody a long time ago.
Okay.
You so
and West Side was down there, people trash. Last
so
trash like ain't nobody pick up out there.
you got family.
No, I don't. I did your contract to get American Rescue Fund money.
He told me. He's all that dog gave me up. I ain't on that. He like a thief. That's why I told him that's why I want to be mad years ago.
Oh,
Yeah, we pressing with mine. I'm always get back. They go to over body. He young. He was good on stuff like that. Like he good on stuff like that. I get hurt by that.
oh, that's good. I'm so glad to see how
Yeah.
you have come in.
Yeah,
Anything.
I'm glad.
God bless him.
I seen some on TV yesterday. Now it was a tiger. Want to see the president.
Somebody dropped the ball. Glass balls all them down.
I guess all of them. I haven't tiger all of them from Ken.
I think probably
They
so.
probably some good.
So I went in, but I looked on the other side.
Hey, that is.
I be looking at stuff like
Keep
that.
looking, keep looking. Like I said, nice to meet
Yeah, man,
you.
thank you, Tommy.
All right.
It was horrible. Like I went down there because it's a house in the woods and it's growing on. And next time you see it, I'm gonna send a crew out there. We're gonna get it. And then in summer, my goal is to hire at least maybe 2 little high school kids, and all they gonna do is read and pick up trash. That's it. Because it's gonna be sooner than trash.
That's that. Let me tell y'all. Now that's a good idea what you said, but most high school kids starve. Now, but you know that guy that stay on top of the hill, what's his name? Stay on that, he ran up, now he'd be good. Now, I'm sorry, one time. That guy, he work on lawnmowers. He ran there at, Big Gene, Williams.
The life thing, dude.
No, he drive over lawnmower, stay on top of the hill, off top of the
I'm
fire.
talking about the one that be at school all the time.
Like, no big school, they go like Duck, they be around Duck, how? They be at B-Mall, he cutting grass, cutting dish, he keep that dish clean from B-Mall. So I be like Gene Williams. I'm thinking that guy.
I told my husband to get that dump truck in the tractor. So he can get that mess away from that. Yeah.
So that guy called me today.
Good.
We'll stay back there.
What a minute.
Oh, look.
Yeah.
Chip copy.
I
told him
all this stuff ain't this out there. This stuff.
No, I just told you.
English.
What my husband said, what my husband said was wrong. Is Doug has a pipe. The pipe is underground.
No, you're right. Look.
I mean, it's a little pipe.
Right now.
Because it's little. Because it's little, a lot of stuff is why it clogged it up. And it's not big enough. He needs, and I, you know, saying, Doug need to get a bigger pipe back there on that back. That's why it's on. It's on, I'm thinking it's on Doug.
And that's why I was explaining to him. I'm gonna have an engineer come. It's a robot does.
Yeah.
But the problem really started when they put that gas station back there. It started before then.
It just, the pipe is, the pipe, my husband said the pipe is too big. They'll put a big enough pipe in there to run that. So I asked him again.
Yes. Next week, next week.
He was on the phone with me.
That's why.
You who? Hold on,
See,
okay.
that's on-
Who the hell you?
I ain't got no machinery to do it myself, but you know, whatever. I don't.
And down on the railroad.
Yeah, all right, I made sure.
That's all I had.
Hey, Tank.
I hope I didn't sound like I was
Oh, damn. I'm like,
Hey, well, you know what I'm saying? I was kind of like, you know what,
man, my ball. Let me tell you about yourself. Last week, last 2 weeks ago. Man, you made that 5 wood, throw that gas. You know what I'm saying?
Man, get out of here, man.
That's all.
Hey, hey, take care, man.
Hey, you know,
Take care.
you're my first cousin. Oh, man. That's my first cousin.
I ain't know that. Hey, don't start, don't stop. Hey.
Don't come in here starting that.
You let him go now. You keep popping. You keep popping.
Yeah, I'm getting. Hold on, like.
Oh, I pulled it out, honey. I didn't, I pulled.
I wanna, they keep leaving the mics on.
Oh,
Every week I gotta come put a battery in.
is it on?
Yeah. I told her about every 2 weeks I gotta put two batteries in. Came on.
So it's March what?
Which one? 18. see what I'm doing. This is your wall. See what I'm doing. You do this every year?
I did before, they used to have it in Tuscaloosa. So yeah, I had a team